Diddy just got caught lying in court. And the judge didn't just call him out, they brought receipts. The music mogul's legal troubles continue to spiral as new evidence directly contradicts statements he made under oath. This bombshell development could change everything about his case. Picture a hip-hop mogul, once untouchable, now trapped in a courtroom, his empire unraveling as a judge exposes his alleged lies with cold, hard evidence. The world watches as Sean Diddy Combs, accused of heinous crimes, faces a legal reckoning that could end his legacy. This is the story of Diddy's latest court battle, where prosecutors claim he's been caught deceiving the court, and a judge lays bare the proof. Allegedly, it's a saga of manipulation, privilege, and a desperate bid to cling to power, all for entertainment purposes. Sean Combs, known as Diddy, has been a titan in music for decades, building bad boy records into a cultural force behind stars like Notorious B.I.G. and Mary J. Blige. His flashy lifestyle, white parties in the Hamptons, chart-topping hits like I'll Be Missing You, and a fashion empire, made him a symbol of success. But since his September 2024 arrest, Diddy's world has crumbled. He faces federal charges of racketeering, trafficking, and transportation to engage in adult work. He's also been accused of running a criminal enterprise that coerced women into intimate acts at substance-fueled freak-off parties. Diddy pleaded not guilty, but prosecutors say that he's been obstructing justice from behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. In a November 2024 hearing, a judge presented evidence that Diddy allegedly lied about his jailhouse actions, painting a picture of a man desperate to control the narrative. The drama unfolded when prosecutors accused Diddy of breaking prison rules to tamper with witnesses and sway public opinion. They claimed that he used other inmates' phone accounts and three-way calls to contact unapproved individuals, including potential witnesses, in a relentless effort to influence testimony. A court filing detailed recorded calls where Diddy allegedly instructed family members to dig up dirt on accusers and pay off witnesses. Assistant U.S. Attorney Christy Slavic revealed 19 pages of notes seized from Diddy's cell, including plans to bribe witnesses and smear victims. She argued that these actions showed Diddy's intent to obstruct justice. The judge ordered prosecutors to destroy copies of the notes to protect attorney-client privilege, but kept the originals for further review, signaling skepticism about Diddy's claims of innocence. Diddy's legal team, led by Mark Agnifilo, pushed back hard, calling the cell search outrageous government conduct and a violation of due process.
We made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has a great amount of electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable, nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial, and I'm going to be pushing for that. He's ready, he's focused. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective. I obviously would much prefer to fight this case with him out of jail, and we are going to try to bring that about through additional legal process. But wherever he is, his resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer. I'm not really going to take any questions, but at this point, we are moving forward. We're preparing for trial as we speak, and we are considering our next steps and appealing the court's ruling from today. All right. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. He's doing good. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll do that. All right. So in the past, Essex County, New Jersey, it's a county facility, but it has a contract with the federal government, and you can get certain number of federal inmates in Essex County, New Jersey, and in my experience, it's an easier place to deal with. I think it's better for the person being housed there, and it's easier to get access, to him. I mean, one of the hardest things when you're preparing for a very significant trial with a great deal of discovery is you want your client to be able to have access to, the electronic discovery. Nothing nowadays is in paper form. Everything's electronic. So you need to make sure that your client has access to a computer and then I can look at the discovery, that comes in.
They argued that the notes were privileged, reflecting trial strategy discussed with lawyers, and were stored in a legal pad marked legal. Mark insisted that Diddy wasn't orchestrating a cover-up, claiming that the calls were innocent and the notes misunderstood. But prosecutors painted a different picture, citing a call on October 14, 2024, where Diddy allegedly directed a family member to work with a non-lawyer to investigate an accuser. Christie emphasized Diddy's uncanny ability to get others to do his bidding, from inmates to family, making him a risk if released on bail. Judge Aaron Subramanian, unmoved, denied Diddy's bail request, citing compelling evidence of witness tampering and a pattern of violence, keeping him locked up until his May 2025 trial.
Let's talk about what's happening now. His defense team has argued that multiple search warrants used to find potential evidence against him and used to indict him were way too broad, and that some of the information investigators found actually goes against their case, that these search warrants were invalid. Okay? And over the weekend, new filings from the defense, they were added to Combs' federal docket. A notice to suppress evidence obtained through search warrants, a memorandum of law to support suppressing certain evidence, and a declaration from one of Combs' attorneys, Tenny Garagos Krishnaswamy, have all been filed. Okay? And that's what we're going to dig into now. What are the arguments here? Because this could have major implications. So what the defense is looking for, according to their notice, is, quote, an order suppressing the evidence and all fruits obtained from the following search warrants. Again, meaning it wouldn't come into evidence. A jury wouldn't see it. The prosecution couldn't use this evidence. A, the January 4th, 2024 warrant to search Mr. Combs' iCloud accounts. B, the March 22nd, 2024 warrant to search his Los Angeles residence and to seize evidence obtained therein. C, the March 22nd, 2024 warrant to search his Miami residence and to seize evidence obtained therein. D, the March 25th, 2024 warrant to search his person and to seize and search two of his cellular phones referred to by the government as Combs number 1 and Combs number 2, and to extract information from those phones. E, the September 16th, 2024 warrant to search his person and to seize and search an additional two of his cellular phones referred to by the government as Combs number 3 and Combs number 4, and to extract information from those phones. And F, the September 16th, 2024 warrant to search Combs' room at the Park Hyatt Hotel and to seize evidence obtained therein, or in the alternative, granting a Franks hearing. So that is a lot of search warrants, covering a lot of ground, covering a lot of potential evidence, and if the search warrants were improperly served, or they are considered to be too broad or heavy-handed, or they contain false information or misleading information, the argument would be that anything that came from them would be fruit of the poisonous tree, and the prosecution couldn't use it at trial. If that's the case, what would the government have left to support their case other than maybe just witness testimony? That's a question that the defense would love to hear, right? What's left of the government's case?
This isn't Diddy's first brush with controversy. His legal troubles began in November 2023 when ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura filed a civil lawsuit alleging years of SA and harm.
Sean Diddy Combs was accused in a lawsuit Thursday of subjecting R&B singer Cassie to a years-long relationship that included beatings and Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, alleged in the suit that Combs brought her into his fast-paced and fueled lifestyle not long after she met him and signed to his label when she was 19 and he was 37 in 2005. Combs' attorney denied the allegations. Ventura said that after years in silence and darkness, she is ready to tell her story.
Though settled quickly, the case opened the floodgates. A bunch more lawsuits followed, many from attorney Tony Busby, accusing Diddy of SA, including claims from minors. A chilling 2016 video obtained by CNN showed Diddy beating Cassie in a hotel hallway, contradicting his earlier denials. Mark called the footage deceptive, claiming that it was sped up and out of sequence, but the judge ordered both sides to resolve whether it can be used at trial. Posts on X reflect public outrage, with users writing, "Diddy's lies are catching up. That video doesn't lie, but he does." Others question the narrative, noting, "CNN's editing is shady. Why mess with the timestamp?" The allegations against Diddy are staggering. The indictment claims that he used his business empire, Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, and more, to facilitate harm, employing associates to lure women with promises of fame or romance. Prosecutors say that Diddy coerced coerced victims with threats, financial control, and substances, staging freak-offs where women were forced into intimate acts with male workers. FBI raids on his Los Angeles and Miami homes uncovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil and other supplies allegedly used in these events. Diddy's team insists that these were consensual, with Mark arguing adults can choose how to be intimate, but prosecutors counter that consent was impossible under Diddy's alleged manipulation, citing digital evidence from 120 seized devices and testimony from multiple victims.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
Let's talk about the judge's role. RN Subramanian has been a steady hand, navigating Diddy's high-profile case with precision. His decision to preserve the cell notes for review while barring their use in bail hearings shows he's weighing fairness against the prosecution's aggressive tactics. His rulings, denying bail, setting a May trial date, and demanding witness lists signal that he's not swayed by Diddy's celebrity.
Well, Sean Diddy Combs remains in jail this morning after a judge in his trafficking and racketeering case once again denied him bail. The judge wrote there is, quote, no condition or combination of conditions that would assure the safety of the community if Combs is granted release. The music mogul's legal team has previously outlined plans if he were to be released. However, the prosecutor argued that letting him out of jail would be detrimental. Prosecutors also claim Combs has tried to taint prospective jurors and engaged in witness tampering while behind bars.
Ex-users have praised his no-nonsense approach, with one writing, "Judge Subramanian isn't playing. Diddy's money can't buy him out of this." Others speculate he's too harsh, noting, "Diddy's not convicted yet. Why treat him like a kingpin?" Diddy's defense isn't just fighting the charges, they're battling public perception. Prosecutors claim that he orchestrated social media campaigns to taint the jury pool, using family and associates to leak favorable information. A November 2024 filing accused Diddy of running these schemes from jail, prompting the judge to warn against further misconduct. Mark countered that Diddy's merely defending his reputation against a witch hunt, pointing to Tony Busby's lawsuits as publicity stunts for payouts. Tony fired back, calling Diddy's tactics desperate attempts to intimidate. The feud has spilled onto X, where fans debate Diddy's guilt. One post read, "Busby's lawsuits sound like a cash grab. Where's the hard evidence?" Another countered, "Diddy's been dodging accountability forever. The victims deserve a voice." The stakes are sky high. If convicted, Diddy faces life in prison on the racketeering charge and a minimum of 15 years for trafficking. His empire, once valued at nearly $1 billion, is teetering, with brands like Sean John and Revolt TV distancing themselves. Former allies from Mace to the LOX have spoken out about his controlling ways, while others like Don Richard of Danity Kane have filed lawsuits alleging harm. Even Diddy's family is caught in the storm. His mother, Janice, and children, including Christian and Chance, attended hearings. Visibly emotional, Janice blew kisses to Diddy in court, a moment that humanized him but didn't sway the judge's rulings. What's driving Diddy's alleged lies? Some say that it's desperation to preserve his legacy. Posts on X suggest that he's terrified of losing everything, with one user writing, "Diddy built an empire on image. He'll do anything to save it." Others see a deeper pattern, pointing to his history of settling lawsuits, like Cassie's, to avoid scrutiny. Prosecutors argue that Diddy's actions in jail show that he's still trying to manipulate, just as he allegedly did with victims. Mark, however, frames it as a man fighting for his life against a biased system, noting, "No white celebrity's been prosecuted like this." The judge dismissed this argument, focusing on evidence over race. The public is split. X posts range from, "Diddy's guilty as sin, those notes prove he's scheming," to, "The feds are out to get him. Where's the proof he paid anyone?" Fans point to inconsistencies in some lawsuits, like a Jane Doe's claim of SA at a 2000 VMAs afterparty, which fell apart when evidence showed key details, like a jumbotron outside the venue, were false. Yet, the sheer volume of accusations from minors to employees makes silence hard to justify. Diddy apologized for the Cassie video, calling it his darkest time, but he insists that he's never trafficked or SA'd anyone. This saga is a wildfire. Is Diddy a master manipulator caught in his own web, or a scapegoat for an industry's sins? The truth will unfold in May, but the court of public opinion is already raging. What do you guys think? Is Diddy's empire doomed, or will he outsmart the system? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep peeling back the layers.